The Uncharted video games are some of the best ever made. They tell cinematic stories filled with action, emotion and comedy. But which one is the best Uncharted game? Well, welcome to Ranked, where I'm going to rank all the Uncharted games from worst to best. It should be noted though that Uncharted Golden Abyss is not on this ranking because 1, it wasn't made by Naughty Dog, and 2, it was on the Vita. Not that there was anything wrong with the Vita, but that thing has died for a reason. There's also the little fact that I just haven't played that game. The first game in the Uncharted series is also the worst. It's not bad, it's just retrospectively not great, maybe not even good. It introduces us to the likeable and charming characters of the series, and it sets the tone for what will be the rest of the series.
Nate, be careful.
Come on. I always am. Ah! I did not see that! Ah!
Sadly, the story is lacking in some areas. The villain, for example, is a little bit generic and he's kind of a nobody, and some of the physics and controls are a little on the clunky side now. Oh, and that jet ski sequence. There are also some Nazi zombies in there as well. It's cool, but it kind of felt a little forced. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is a spin-off of the Uncharted series, focusing on the characters of Chloe and Nadine as they head to India looking for a fabled relic. It's shorter than previous games in the series because it started life as a piece of DLC, but it's got some cool action sequences, gorgeous visuals, and a pretty interesting villain and good character dynamics. It does, however, have some unnecessary open world elements which could have been streamlined a bit, and there's the problem that it kinda doesn't have a beginning. So while that does mean you get straight into the action really quickly, it has the problem of the fact that the characters already know each other, they've already met each other, the villain already knows who they are, and they're already halfway through their journey. So you as the player has to play catch up and really quickly find out what the hell's going on. And that can be a bit frustrating.
What took you so long? Had to catch a train, love.
This one might get me some flack. I think Uncharted 2 is a little overrated. Yes, it improves on the original in almost every way imaginable, but it has a really bland, stereotypical villain, its story isn't all that original, and it's got some weird, supernatural, fantastical elements which just didn't need to be there. Then they've got the gorgeous graphics, and of course, the train sequence.
Nothing.
The train sequence, yes, it's so iconic, so memorable, so much so that future Uncharted games were kind of defined on what crazy stunt they were going to try and incorporate next time. It almost became like Mission Impossible or Fast and Furious. Did they end up topping the train sequence, you might ask? Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so tired of climbing shit. That's not a good sign.
The end of Nathan Drake's story in Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is a more emotional and serious one than previous games in the series. It's one of the best games ever made. It introduced open world environments, driving mechanics, a rope, and of course it has all the classic thrills, comedy, emotion and character moments of past games. The big moment in this has to be when you're inside a collapsing tower, which then transitions into a really cool fist fight. It's gorgeous, it's stunning, it's thrilling. You feel like you're in a huge Hollywood blockbuster movie. Sadly, the game is a little on the long side, and the final boss battle introduces new mechanics out of nowhere, Oh, and yeah, Nathan Drake now has a brother. Where the hell did he come from? So that leaves the number 1 spot open for Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. Why is this my number 1, you might ask? It got rid of the supernatural fantastical elements which bogged down the last 2 games in the series, and it introduced a great villain for the first time in the franchise, and it focused on the key relationship between Nate and Sully. There are also some cool set pieces, including a sinking ship and a crashing plane, both of which you happen to be on at the time that they're happening, and yeah, both of them topped the train sequence of the past game. Plus, on top of it all, it has just a really great story that delves into the characters way more than the past 2 games ever did. It's filled with twists and turns and thrills, so it just had to be number 1. But let's not forget either, all of these games are just fun to play. Well, that's been ranked this time with the Uncharted video games. Chances are my number 1's not your number 1, my bottom 1's not your bottom 1, who knows. Let me know in the comments down below what you would rank the Uncharted video games. I've been your host, Grant Burton. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Grant Burton if you want. I post on Twitter pretty regularly now. And you can also subscribe to this channel. That's the big thing. Subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow my channel. Helps me get more content out there. And you can also give me a thumbs up, leave comments and so on. Yada yada yada. You know the drill now. Thanks for watching.